What is going on YouTube? Today we are doing a review on the new Corsair Scimitar MMO mouse that only came out like 2 months ago I think, and I feel like the best reviews are ones done with comparisons to get a really good idea of what it's coming up against and whether you should spend your money on it. It's easy just to talk about random stuff about a mouse, so I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. A lot of people like to ramble on. I'm just going to get the facts out, things I like about it, things I might not like about it, and from there you can come up with a decision of whether or not it's going to be what you spend your money on. Just quickly, while I've got the camera out, we'll talk a little bit about what you can do kind of customization wise. So as you can see, I've got it on like this rainbow feature for lighting. It's crazy how many lighting features it can come with. We'll pop up on the screen in a minute and look at the program itself, but you can make all this color one size, as well as this whole number pad can actually slide up and down. The little screw it comes with is right here, so that's super cool to fit different hands. This is its own different lighting system, so is the back, and so is the front. If you can see that one, I pressed something on the screen by accident. So there you go, super cool. You can have all these different crazy lights going on, and that might be for you. As for buttons, we have the 12 on the side. We have the 2 up top. That's normally for adjusting sensitivity, as well as the scroll wheel clicks in and left. And right, not left. It only goes one way. Not that many people actually use buttons like that. On the Naga, as you can see over here, my previous mouse, this one actually clicks left and right and down, so it's got one extra button, and you know, pretty similar either way though. And over here, this is just my shooter mouse. If anyone has, you know, like any worry about what this is doing over here, it's pretty much just for look, really. Not going to talk about too much in this video, but that's pretty much the you know, the setup of what you're going to be playing with. As for feel, it's slightly bigger than the Corsair. So if you don't like big mice, well, then this one maybe not for you, because this is a 2014 Naga. This was a step up from the 2013. I owned one of those as well. And you know, this is, if you're used to this, you can be used to this. It's pretty much the same thing. This one feels the tiniest bit skinnier. That one's a bit wider. But either way, when it comes to MMOs, it's super good. I only use this one over here for shooters because I feel like the skinnier mouse or skinnier mice is way easier to aim with. But that is about it. Feels really good. Feels super solid. That's the one thing that made me really go with the decision to buy this mouse. Is my Naga, the laser's just stuffed up. My brother's, his mouse, you know, plastic thing inside here just broke. So this one is just super durable. Corsair products are always sick. And yeah, so we will now jump up onto the screen and show you this program. So as you can see up here, it's super detailed. This is normally the first thing you get that comes up when you first open the program, and it's pretty much just, you can bind all your buttons here to anything at all. It's literally like so much customization has gone into this. What I've done, I actually make a video, actually I won't show you now, I'll make a new video if you actually have one of these, what I do to bind everything. It did take me a little bit to work out how to do it, but yeah, I'll cover that in a different video. As you can see, the lighting, now I've got mine set to rainbow. You can do colors, how quick it goes, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, all that. It's just crazy. And actually, we'll put them all on fast rainbow, because that will look pretty cool. And then moving on to the performance and DPI. So just as any mouse these days, they seem to have like a stupid number of DPI I can get to. This one's like 12,000. You'll never use that because like you'll move like 1 millimeter and your pointer would go like 4 screens across. So don't really know what the point is with that. Makes it sound good. That's about it. But I just have mine set to pretty low one right now, and the top 2 buttons, as I might have mentioned before, if I just click one at a time, just pops it between different modes. So that's really handy. And you also get this button down here. I'm not really sure if it does too much. Enhanced pointer precision. I did have that on. Things like that. So that's going to be the first kind of tab. Now we can move over to actions. Again, just getting super into just the amount of customization is gnarly. You can set up all these macros and stuff. So if you want to, you know, be spamming random messages in games like everyone in Counter-Strike seems to do lately, this is how you're going to set up things like setting up macros and text and stuff like that, but I'm not going to get into that. With lighting, you can even do some crazy stuff, and then just have the default settings here. So certain buttons, if you're not even into MMOs and use them for abilities, all the buttons on the side can be programmed to do certain things with your computer, open certain programs, just control so much. It's actually pretty insane. I believe that's about it I want to cover with the program. So I hope that gave you kind of a good idea of what it's like to actually have this mouse without having to spend any money on it yet. But now let's just get right into the deep, stuff about comparing these two mice here, because I feel like the Razer Naga, I'm not sure if everyone feels this way, but to me and playing WoW, it was always the staple go-to mouse. The king of MMO mice. I think the first one to pull off the 12 buttons and things like that. So this big new one's come in, and we're going to put them neck and neck and talk about which one I would recommend to people and why. So, the same amount of buttons pretty much, other than the Razer Naga has one more. But that's really nothing to change. If you're massive into customization, as you can see, the Razer Naga only has one kind of setting. You can either keep the light on or make it flash, and it stays green. Over here we got the most insane customization I've ever seen in my life. So that's going to lean towards the Corsair. But if you're not about looks, and you don't care about it matching your keyboard color and things like that, then we can talk about durability. So I feel like the Razer Naga is more light, but because of that, it's also more plastic, if that makes sense. Meanwhile, the Corsair, it is a heavier mouse, so that might deter you from buying it, but it just feels like it's made out of cement in comparison to holding the Naga. But in saying that, it is also a little bit cheaper. I think it's a little bit more expensive, than the Razer Naga is cheaper. I think here in Australia, you get a Naga for $80 or $90, while this one cost me $110. So it might be, $30 more, depending where you are. But, I end up buying a brand new one. So, in my opinion, it is completely worth it, because I've seen, personally, 2 Razer Nagas only last, under 2 years before they give away, which is a pretty good time. But still, if you're paying, if it's a big kind of upfront payment to be able to just, own the computer parts you want, well, then you don't really want them just breaking sillily, and, the laser just stop working, or something in here break. Like this thing here is, like I said, made out of cement compared to the Naga. Other than that, would there be anything else that would deter you or make you lean towards buying one or the other? I mentioned price, I mentioned the feel, and I mentioned the durability. I think that is about it. This is pretty much like off the top review, not biased in any way. I mean, I have owned both now, and I don't care about either brand, even though I do. So I've got Cooler Master keyboard, so it's not like all my computer parts are one branded and I lean towards that brand. That was just my honest, talking about the mice, what I think about it. And if you haven't realized throughout this video, I used to own Razer because I've had 2 Razer mice, but now I'm leaning towards the Corsair, and I've got it right here, bought it. I don't think I'll be owning another Razer mouse for a while until they sort out their durability issues. But anyway, I hope this video helps you out on your quest for buying a new MMO mouse. And I want to thank you heaps for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.